Okay guys, how's it going today? So it's windy out, but I guess some big clouds are moving in, but I don't think it's storms. I think it's just clouds. It just looks scary because the sun is out. And I just got back from the farm, went and checked on the gardens. The south one is surprisingly dry. Well, we had a little bit of rain, but it was dry. But we're not going to seed it anymore now until probably next Sunday. Because it's too cold out. There's actually going to be a couple days. I think it's supposed to freeze out and whatnot. So that's going to talk a lot of things over. I just got back from the farm, like I said, checking. I checked on the north one too. It was wet. Hasn't really dried any. And then I just got done hauling a tree. There was a tree that snapped last year. It snapped in that ditch that I trim all the time with the trimmer. The tree fell over last year. We just left it in the ditch there, and I just finally got around to pulling it out with Big Red. My grandma thinks that Big Red couldn't do it, but she has to do it with the pickup. And I was like, you're questioning my four-wheeler's power? Like, she don't realize that my four-wheeler's probably got a lot more balls than her pickup truck does. Mainly because I got better tires than hers. She's got some pretty crappy tires. There's like no tread left on her pickup tires, so Big Red pulled it like it wasn't even there. I had the four-wheel drive on, so I was cheating a little bit, but I didn't want to wear out my gear case. So, and for some reason too, when I had put in Big Red into high range and I started taking off, I guess it was either it must have been the gearbox or something. I guess didn't engage. And I started getting a grinding. It popped into place, but fuck, if that's going to start happening, I'm going to have fucking destroyed gears by the end of the year. Thank God at the end of the year, Big Red will be going in for maintenance. So, but anyways, I had uploaded that mowing, or that brush hogging video. Some of you guys were wanting to see that. Now that was just some light brush hogging. That's not usually, I usually brush hog heavier shit than that. But you guys seem to enjoy it, so I think what I'm going to probably maybe end up doing is, well, I'm going to be doing this for Double or Strike, because he's wondering on how the deer handles it. Tall grass, and then the RPMs that I gave it to. I don't give it full RPMs. Apparently you can. They say that you can mow at full throttle. I do sometimes. It depends on what I'm brush hogging, and since I kind of planned on keeping it down like I do in my yard, I really don't need to run it at full throttle. But Double or Strike didn't know if the deer would handle it brush hogging. I did a video on it, I think a couple of years ago. I don't know if he's seen it or not. When I first kind of started opening it, it does put the tractor under a load, but if you just go slow, it'll handle it. Now, they say, well, I know you guys will say, well, run it at full throttle. Even if you run it at full throttle, you're still going to end up going slow because you're still feeding the deck too fast because the grass is too tall. So either way, you're screwed. So I just keep it at my normal RPMs, and I just go slower. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll pick my deck up as high as it'll go, and then I'll cut it, and then I'll go back over it again, and I'll put my deck all the way down. So I'm doing like a double cut on it. And I didn't forget my fucking cell phone. Son of a bitch. So I'm going to have to go back and get my cell phone. Thought I grabbed it. God damn it. That ticks me off. So, yeah. It handles it fine. It's not a big deal for it. A lot of guys say, oh, run it at full throttle, run it at full throttle. Fuck off. Don't tell me how to run my equipment. I'll run it my way. You don't like it. Too bad. If I choose to run it that way, I still am going to run it regardless of how you tell me to run it. One guy says, oh, well, you can start your tractor at full throttle, it'll handle it just fine. That's your opinion. My opinion is that it'll blow up. I don't want to start it at full throttle, especially if it's cold. Maybe if it was already hot, maybe it'd be a different story, but the engine was cold when I fired it, so it's not exactly a good thing to be starting at full throttle when it's cold out. You end up cracking the block. So clouds are hauling ass. But Double or Strike was wondering how my stuff costed. Well, I planned on. I was thinking about it. I'm probably still going to go through with the plan. I don't really know. It depends, but on how could everything cost $6,000 for my x724? You know, for attachments and whatnot. Well, I'm not going to do the math in my head. Forgot my cell phone's got the calculator on it, so we're going to add it up, and that'll give you the full price. But I unfortunately have to go back and get my fucking phone. For fuck's sake! Okay, so we're going to take a look at these clouds quick, because this looks like a storm from hell. Alright. One of you bastards on YouTube sent me this crap. This is bullshit. That is some crap. It's like a hurricane. It's like a freaking hurricane from hell. Okay, I got my cell phone and I forgot my knife too. I don't really need my knife, but you never know. Looks like it's raining from there too. And I don't think my camera's going to last too much longer, because I did use it earlier and it's only been on the charger for a couple hours. So we'll make this video as quick as possible for you guys. Great, we're going to walk into the smoke screen. It's not good for you, but whatever. You guys won't even smell it, but I do. This storm's hauling ass too. Whatever the fuck it is, it's hauling ass. So, okay. So, I think I said didn't I say in the video that it was going to cost close to 6,000 or 6,000? I don't think it's going to cost me exactly 6K, but, you know, you have to remember too that John Deere rips you off. And I'm not doing the shit myself. I'm going to have Deere do it, because I'm not a Deere mechanic, and I ain't ripping my tractor apart. So I have my catalog here, and I'm getting this information from a catalog. So the prices in this thing are going to be a little bit off. You actually have to. You can't even go by your I can't even talk. You can't even go by the website of johndeere.com, because there they charge you too. You know, prices there are different. So the things that I plan on having done to the x724, if I went this route. Right now we are in the x300. We don't even need to be in this section. I'm just like looking at it, I guess. Okay. So we'll start off with this x724. Well, these will go for things. Okay. I'm not even going to show you because you guys don't understand. Okay, so the first thing that I was going to have done. What did I do with my phone now? So the first thing I was going to have done to the tractor was I was going to upgrade the seat. The seat I have is just your standard seat. This one here is the deluxe high back. And it looks like for the seat is $714 and 76 cents. So then we'll hit plus. Okay, so that's the high back seat. It's going to have that upgraded. Category 1 3-point hitch. You guys know what that looks like. That is, for category 1, is $647 and 36 cents. 36 cents plus. Okay, so that already gets you up to $1,300. The John Deere iMatch Quick Hitch. That is $357.50. You got to add the cents, or your prices are going to be way the fuck off. Okay, and then the 540 PTO. If you want the catalog says here, it'll be $980.11. But remember, the dealers will be different from this, your actual dealer. But this is just giving me an idea, okay? that's for the 540 PTO. You're already looking at $2,600. Let's see. The tiller is 2,000. Okay, how do we do this now? See, it's $2,498. No, there's no change on that. So 248. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so it's $2,489 for the 540 48-inch 647 rotary tiller from John Deere, plus that already gets me up to $5,000. Okay, that's for the tiller. This is from John Deere. What was the other thing that I was going to get? Was that it, maybe? That might have actually been it. I know I was going to buy all this stuff too. Oh, and then you need front weights. So each weight, where the fuck is it? 17. That's the weight bracket. We want the weights. Where the fuck are the weights? Here, the quick attach weights. Each one weighs 42 pounds. Each one for my tractor is $63.13 times 4. So that means you'll need 4. And then you hit plus, to add it up, okay? Because you got to get your weights, and don't think I'm going to get wheel weights. I don't think I'm going to get chains. I might need to get chains later on. But maybe we'll get the chains later on. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, and then the work light, the 12-volt work light kit. That is $52.43 plus. So that right there alone is already a little over $5,500. It's a little bit over that already. And I'm not even like most of the way done. Yeah, that's basically it. That's it for all the big stuff. So you're looking at $5,502.68. But there's going to be labor costs for the 3-point hitch, 540 PTO. That's all going to probably cost about $2,000 for just labor. Fuck, it might even be separate. $1,000 for the PTO and then $1,000 for the fucking 3-point hitch. John Deere's going to rip you off. So there's going to be labor cost, and then there's going to be the cost of them having to come and get it, because they're most likely they'll want to charge something to come and get it. So you might as well say another, $500 for them to come and get it, another $500 to return it, $1,000 and just hauling the damn thing around. So right there, you're probably talking over $6,000, probably a little closer to $7,000 now. Okay, that's basically it. Just to have the 3-point hitch, 540 PTO put on, the quick hitch put on, the extra work light put on. To order the front weight kit or the front weights, they'll charge me probably for shipping too on that. Yeah, and then to ship, and then they'll probably ship the tiller. All these things are going to add up. All these little things are going to add up. Okay, and then all the other things I want to get. I want to get a lawn roller. That, depends on which one you get too. It depends on where you get them from. John Deere wants like $239 for one. I have to get a whatever the fuck these are called, D-thractors or whatever they're called. I'll just show you. I'm not going to be an idiot. This thing, the toe behind. This here. I want to get one of those. $169. I want to get an aerator. Kind of depends on which one, but you know they're about $305. There's some other ones too. I would like to get a lawn sweeper someday. For the 42-inch, you're talking $369. The 44-inch, which is the one I think I've seen at Deere, is $379.99. So 380 fucking bucks. Okay. Here's my work light that I wanted to get put on the back. Right there. They still make that. My front weights times 4. I need 4 of those. Each one would be $63. And then for the wintertime, oh, and then well, the thing is with the snow blower, I'm going to probably most likely end up going with a 3-point blower. So that could be anywhere from $1,500 up to $3,000. It depends on who you buy them from and what their shipping costs are. You know, that kind of thing. Okay. If I get chains, depending on your tires, they're anywhere from $60 up to $100, depending on your tire size, and you'd have to look that up. Wheel weights, if I decide to get wheel weights for it later on, they're like $130 to $140, depending on their weight. I want to get, let's stick with the tractor first. Yeah, then I need, there's probably going to be other things I want to get later on too. I'm going to probably end up getting a spreader, a sprayer. I'm going to probably get a sprayer from Northern Tool, so that'll be a little bit cheaper there, but they got good sprayers anyway. I like the ones from Northern Tool, so I'm probably going to end up getting one of those. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with the front end blower, just because all the main power is going to be on the rear wheels. Why not just put all the weight on the rear wheels, you know? So at least I won't have a problem then going up hills. So the 3-point hitch, the 540 PTO, and then the John Deere quick hitch. I could get one from, I could get one, you know, from like I think King Cutter makes them. Heavy Hitch, I think, makes them. I also got to order a few things from Heavy Hitch as well. Fuck, what were the other brands? I know Northern Tool makes one that I was thinking about getting. There's a few other brands that make quick hitches. Land Pride was one that I was going to get. Here's my high back seat that I wanted to get. It has armrests as well. So that's an upgraded seat. You know. So, $190, you might as well say $200, you know, whatever. So, yeah. And then you have to remember, now, everything that I just told you here, just about everything, will come up to about, you know, $5,500. Never mind labor, for them to come and get it, and to bring it back, and then to order the stuff, have the stuff delivered to their place, everything, okay? And then another thing I want to get for the John Deere, I want to get a front end loader for it. I want to get an FEL for it. I'm going to probably get that from CTC. I don't think John Deere's loaders fit on this tractor anyway. They don't. I know they fit on the other one. I don't like the look of their loaders. I don't like that square, boxy look. It's too stupid for that kind of a tractor. CTC has fancier loaders and they're a little bit nicer. For basic loader work, maybe some snow removal if I need to. That loader right there is going to cost me about probably $3,000. And then another $500 to have it already. Well, $300 to $500. For them to put the loader together. And then, because I'm going to order my loader already put together. You can order them in pieces and you can put it together yourself. I don't have the right kind of tools to put it together. So I'm just going to let them do it. And then I have to have it trucked in by a truck that's got a lift gate. Because I don't have a bobcat to unload it. You know. So they'll have to put it on the lift gate, and then I'll just have to yank it off with Big Red and just pull it up into the garage or something. Just let it drag, right? It'll be in a crate anyway, probably, most likely. If not, then I'll have to get my uncle over here and we'll just have to manhandle it, at least off his truck anyway, so we can get him out of the way, get him out of here. He's got better things to do than sit here and watch us fucking around with the loader. So that's going to add up. If I'm going to put that kind of money into that tractor, I'm going to be keeping it probably a lot longer than that, because, you know, if you're going to put all that kind of money into it, you might as well get your use out of it, you know. I kind of wanted to keep it anyway because it's a damn good mower. It's perfect for mowing. It's not as good as a zero turn, but but yeah. So the only thing is that, you know, this tractor is only two-wheel drive, one-wheel drive, two-wheel drive if you hit the diff lock, and it's got turf tires. So it's a kind of a gamble for me because I don't know how the thing will handle in snow, being on turf tires. I don't know how it'll perform in tilling. If it sucks in tilling, I'm just going to sell the tiller and get a pull type. But I mean, it should handle it fine, really, if you think about it. Because the John Deere was able to pull the cultivator, and the cultivator probably weighs a hell of a lot heavier than that. Especially when you pull the bitch in the ground. So the John Deere should be okay. And then if I go with a 3-point hitch blower, which is what I would like to do, because why even... I don't want to deal with the front end, because then you have to drop the drive shafts, or you have to put the drive shaft, the middle shaft in, put the front hitch on. I mean, Double Strike deals with that, and watching him do it just makes me think, oh, geez, that's going to be a big pain in the ass. But his is a little bit more wore out, and, you know, and they get stiff after a while, right? Probably could have sprayed some WD-40 on it, and it should be fine again, but I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to deal with the front end. And then you got to take the front brush guard off. Well, I got to take it off anyway if I plan on putting the FEL on it. But it's not that often that I'll probably be using the loader. If I do, I'm going to make sure that I have a good use for it, and I'm going to be using it for a while. And the FEL, and I'm going to change. I know that on their loaders, they have it set up so what valve, you know, like so. No, actually, it should be okay. Yeah, it should be okay. Because the way John Deere has it is that the first remote, Double Strike knows this because his tractor's the same way as mine. Your first remote, the one that's the closest to you, is your one that you can use. That's for your mid-mount mower and your 3-point. They both would run on that same thing. You can lock either one up, but the loader bucket would be plugged into that. So, meaning I'm going to have to lock both of them up or take them. I'm going to be taking the mower off. But I'm going to probably end up leaving, if I can, if it will allow me. I don't know if it'll allow me or not. I don't know, because I think that the FEL's front hitch goes into exactly where my mid-mount mower has to hook up in the front. But it would be nice if I could leave the front end loader on with the mid-mount, but I don't think that's going to happen. I know on the 1025Rs, those kind of tractors, you can do that. But they were designed to do that. These x724s, I don't think were designed to do that. I think that their loader mount sits where my mower deck would sit. So I'll probably most likely end up ditching the mower deck. Another thing I'm going to probably end up doing too, I'm probably going to end up investing in a 3-point hitch mower. Because I'm not going to really want to deal with the mid-mount anymore. I'm not going to sell it. I'm probably still going to use it, actually. I'm going to see how a 3-point hitch mower will work for my yard. And if I think it works fine, I'm going to drive on with that. I'm going to use the mid-mount mower deck then for brush hogging. Meaning I won't have to get a brush hog then, you know. Because doing 2 jobs with one mower deck really puts a lot of strain on it. And, you know, I don't really want to destroy it. Even though just brush hogging alone will fucking destroy it. But... So, I mean, all this stuff will add up, but I can only do so much at one time, and I really do want to get my hands on an FEL, because if I do order a mid-mount mower deck or something from them, from anyone, then they can ship it to me on a truck, and I don't have to pay the extra cash to have a lifted, you know, a truck with a lift on it. As long as it's under my loader's capacity, you know, I can lift it with the tractor fine. I'm also going to have to see too if CTC sells pallet forks. I don't know if they do or not. If not, then I'll just have to get something that'll mount on the bucket for forks and drive on with it that way, but I'm sure that they might. I don't know, but we'll see. So, but just for basically for what John Deere wants right there, never mind that, you know, I mean, they're going to add on the cost of having to come and get it, to drop it off, labor, parts, the attachments that I want, things I want done to it. You're talking $6 grand. $6 grand. And what's in the book is not exactly true. That's just giving you an idea of what you're dealing with. So that's the number I'm going off of. Double Strike didn't know if I was going off of that or going off the dealer. I'm going by that book. But when I do contact my dealer, I'm going to tell them what I want, and I want them to give me a price. I'm going to tell them everything. I said, and I'm going to tell them I want to know what it's going to cost me to have all this done, plus for you to come and get it, to drop it off, and labor and everything. I want to know everything so that I know exactly what I'm dealing with. And then we'll have our true number. This is just giving me a rough idea. So I think it's going to be well over $6,000. You know John Deere. John Deere's kind of a rip-off, but you know they do spend a lot of time working on that, and unfortunately they will charge you a lot. So oh well, forget it. It'll be fine, I think. So we'll test the John Deere out and see how it works. If the x724 fails at doing any of that work, I'm probably just going to end up selling most of everything. I'm just going to put the mid-mount mower deck back on it and keep it as a mower tractor. And I'll probably end up buying something else. Probably like a 1025R. Or a 2032R. Or even a used 3320 cab tractor, something like that. You know, I'll probably end up getting something else to replace it. Because I'm going to want it to do even more later on, and the XM24 is not going to be able to do that. So, but just for basic stuff, for moving dirt, a little bit of snow here and there, it should be fine. I don't want to deal with a front end blower. I know they're, you know, you can see what the blower's doing, but I don't want to deal with the front quick hitches. They kind of fuck up after a while. At least with the 3-point hitch and the quick hitch, I'm not really dealing with a lot. So, Double Strike already has a 3-point hitch on his tractor. He just doesn't have the 540 PTO. Which, if he did get that, you know, I mean, you would have a totally different tractor then. It would be a totally different animal, because you could do so much more with it. Just that one attachment changes your tractor a lot. You can do so much more with it. You can put a brush hog on it. You can mow with it. You can till with it. You can put a generator on it. You know, you can do so much with it. And that's another thing I plan on getting to is I'm thinking about maybe getting a PTO generator. From Northern Tool, or I think John Deere used to make them. I don't know if they do anymore now or not. I know in my old catalog that I have from John Deere, they did make a John Deere generator, PTO driven, but I don't think they do that anymore because I don't see it in the book, in this new one. That's a new book, by the way. So I don't really know what it would cost. I don't even know if John Deere even makes them anymore, but Northern Tool does, and there's a few other companies out there that make them. So, because I'm going to want to get a generator too. So really, if you think about it, everything I want to get done, you're probably talking almost probably $8,000-9,000 probably. But that's going to be over, you know, a couple of years. You know, so once I get my medical bills out of the way, I'll have a lot more money to spend and upgrade shit and get better shit. So, but that's giving you a rough idea to anyone that's wondering what it would cost to do a setup on the John Deere. That's how much it would exactly cost. Well, not exactly, but it's close enough, okay? It's going to cost a lot. Either way, I'm not going to be happy with the price, you know? I mean, John Deere wants a lot. So, can't really blame them, but, you know, because they're the ones doing all the work. And for them to do all that work, the John Deere could literally probably be there for probably a good week. I don't know. I'd have to ask them, how long they plan on keeping it, and then if they say, okay, well, we're gonna have to probably keep it for a week, I may actually have to talk to John Deere and see if they'll let me rent out a tractor of that same size or something close to it, you know, to rent it for a week, because I'm gonna have to be able to mow my yard. You know, my yard may grow. I don't know. Well, if I do it in fall, it won't grow at all then, so it might be okay. It depends. Yeah, because in fall the grass won't be growing as much. So maybe I won't have to rent out a tractor then. But if I have to, if they do allow that, I don't know if they do that because they're kind of a smaller dealer. I may have to go to a bigger one and rent out a tractor there, just for a couple days or whatever. You know, well, I mean, I could borrow my uncle's mower, you know, but I don't like that tiny little thing. I mean, back in the day it was fine, but I'm so used to big machinery now. Like, this tractor is huge compared to that. I don't know if I can go back to that tiny little thing. I'd be fucking filling it up every hour because I got so much grass to mow. So his little tractor's it's just not my cup of tea anymore. That little John Deere x724, you know, great little tractor, great little mower, but it's just way underpowered for my size of yard. Even though they mow about the same as me, but it's not my cup of tea anymore. I like bigger stuff. I want bigger, heavier, beefier equipment. You know, this stuff breaks down all. This tractor, this mower breaks down a lot. So I'm waiting for it to break down again this year. I'm sure it fucking will too. So yeah, that's basically what it's going to cost to get the tractor going for winter use. The snowblower, I'm not sure if I'd go with the John Deere or Frontier, basically the same. Or I'll end up going with a Land Pride, or I'm going to probably end up going with a, forgot what brand it is, but I know One Only Farmer has it. He's got a bigger version of it. It's actually a Canadian-made snowblower. It's a blue one. I have the link saved in my computer. Apparently their blowers are all steel, even the fan or whatever that blows the snow. Even though that's all made out of steel too. But John Deere might have upgraded. I mean, you know, anyone probably has upgraded parts for their blowers. You know, plastic is just for homeowner use. Steel would be for commercial use. So for me, I'm probably going to be doing quite a bit of snow removal, so I'll probably end up needing a steel one. And steel's just better anyway. Lasts a little bit longer, harder to break, don't wear out quite as fast, don't melt like the plastic ones do. You blow a fucking bearing on those things, and the thing just sits there and spins, right? And it's heating up the plastic because it's not spinning right, and you end up burning it. You end up smelling rubber. So yeah, steel everything, steel and gears and chains. And chains are kind of stupid too, but they work. So. But yeah, so that's what's going to cost to get that gear going for all year-round use. Okay, so my camera freaking died again. I figured it would. It wasn't really fully charged, so. But yeah, the loader will probably be a later on thing. That might even be a next year thing. Not this year. I'm just going to get the tractor basically going. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, it might be this year. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. I hope. Yeah, I died again. So I hope that answers your question, Double Strike, and anyone else that's wondering. That's what it's going to cost me.